Y'all, the situation with Nicki Minaj is actually getting a little scary. So a 36-year-old man named Leland Adams was just arrested after he allegedly was trespassing at her home in Calabasas. Now, police are saying he ignored multiple warning signs and refused to leave, but get this, he never actually made it inside the house. And honestly, that's still concerning because how are you even getting that close to her property in the first place? Now, he is being charged with a misdemeanor right now, so it's not the most serious charge, but the fact that he refused to leave is what really stands out. And this is happening while Nicki's already been in the headlines lately. Now, you guys know Nicki Minaj has been in the headlines lately for a lot of political stuff and her political beliefs, so some people feel like Nicki Minaj was targeted. Now, nobody was at home when Leland was on Nicki Minaj's property, thank God, but he was just on the property and he wasn't in the house. But that's what I'm trying to figure out, like, what was his intentions if he never went inside of her house? Like, did he just want to be on her property to say, hey, I'm in Nicki Minaj's house? Or what was his actual intentions of him being at her house? So I would like to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on that. And moving on to the next topic. So Cardi B was getting sued for $50 million over her song Enough, and she just scored a major legal win, and this $50 million lawsuit just got completely shut down. So basically, two producers were accusing Cardi of copying their track, using it for Enough. They were saying that she profited off their song and even caused damage to their reputation. But here's where it gets interesting. The judge dismissed the case and basically said it would be futile for them to keep trying to refile it. And in legal terms, that's a big deal because it means that the case didn't hold enough weight to move forward. So Cardi's team also argued that the song they're claiming was copied wasn't even properly protected under the copyright. So these two producers claimed they produced a song called Greasy Fry Bread for another rapper and saw that the track took off 2 years later when it was featured in a show called Reservation Dogs, and they are alleging that Cardi B unlawfully duplicated the song and released it without their permission under the name Enough/Miami in March of 2024. They also claimed that the release of the song caused them reputational harm with the music industry and caused them to be blacklisted, and I wouldn't be surprised if that actually happened for the simple fact that some people feel like, hey, producers are not doing good business, like they made the same beat for another rapper and they used that same beat for another rapper, so I wouldn't be surprised if that actually did happen. And like I said, Cardi's team also argued that the song that they're claiming was copied wasn't even properly protected under copyright, so yeah, this definitely worked in her favor. And like I said, the judge basically shut down this whole lawsuit, and it's a win for Cardi B, but I would like to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on this. So moving on to the last and the final topic, Ari Fletcher is getting called out by Bhad Bhabie, and Bhad Bhabie says that Ari Fletcher is trying to be like her. Mind you, Ari Fletcher did the big chop when she was on live.
They're pretty as fuck, bitch. Damn.
I do feel free.
Is this?
So Bhad Bhabie posted on her Instagram story and said, "Shorty trying to copy my look, at least give credits. You can try, but you can never be me." Now the crazy thing is, almost a year ago, Ari had Bhad Bhabie on her cooking show called Cooking with the Don. And a lot of people already feel like Bhad Bhabie is cosplaying a light-skinned black woman. So this did not sit right with a lot of people. I mean, at the end of the day, she just gave herself a big chop and did a hairstyle you would normally do when you get a big chop. I mean, when you normally get a big chop, you normally refresh it and wear your natural curls because that's the point of a big chop. You're trying to start over. Do I feel like Ari was trying to copy Bhad Bhabie? No, I do not feel like Ari was copying Bhad Bhabie. Like I said, I feel like it's just a hairstyle, but I would like to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on this. Now, Ari must have not seen this because she hasn't said anything, but I would like to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on this. How do you guys feel about Bhad Bhabie calling out Ari, saying that Ari wants to be like her?
Bhad Bhabie is shaking, and she's in my comments fighting for her life. So Bhad Bhabie came on my page and a couple of other Bhad Bhabie pages, and they said that this story about her posting about Ari was fake. Funny enough, I'm actually really, really glad it's fake because we were all about to get in your butt. Glad it's fake, still gonna do the story. Let's talk about it. So one thing about me is I have a journalism degree, but there's still blogs that have a lot of inside tea, and you never know when the blogs are going to be up on something that the major sources do not know. So a lot of pages were reposting Bhad Bhabie claims Ari copied her hairstyle. Now, there was a post that went out with her name, her page, that specifically posted Ari saying this stuff. And I was like, oh my God, she must have just said that. Because a lot of times, like, maybe the Hollywood unlocks, but they don't give Bhad Bhabie that much. If you go on her pages, it's either like drama, but they, like the major news sources, she's never going to be on People magazine and they care. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it'll be a smaller T page that generally focuses on her. So they said that, but she's saying it's all fake news. Now, Bhad Bhabie posted my name on her story, which I have no problem with. Thanks for informing me that you're saying that it's fake news. Y'all wonder why I crash out? At me page needs to be deleted for creating and spreading fake news is what she said. Now, of course, I know how to protect myself in all things. I always say allegedly, but it's one of those things where if you're saying that it's fake news and it wasn't true, good, thanks for telling me. I will also report that. This is not a channel where I need to grasp for straws. I get millions and millions of likes. I get more likes than most television shows. Can I be honest? And so with that, I also have a journalistic integrity and responsibility to make sure you guys get proper news. I wrote her and say, okay, you didn't say that? Okay, good, no problem. I'll do another story because I care about good journalism. Yes, I'm going to report on any popular story that is on the blogs, all over the blogs, period. Now, this is where I say she's in my comments fighting for her actual life. People are in my comments, they're like, right, she was trying to copy Jada. And then Sadiddy Pretty B said she copies India Love, not Jada. Look at her tats versus India's. She even got fake freckles to mimic India Love. Shout out to India Love, friend of the show. She said, Bhad Bhabie added her and said, you're super delusional, and first of all, it's fake. And then she added that young lady again. I've been drawing freckles on my face since I was 9, and I didn't know India existed till I was 14 or 15. Don't know about that. Don't know if that's true. Don't think that's true. How are you going to speak like you know everything about someone that you never met once in your life? Well, you have been online for a long time, so a lot of your footprint can be traced back. Bhad Bhabie saying it's not true, so we're going to honor that here today. She said it's not true, you guys. She said she was not coming for Ari's hairstyle. She didn't make those comments about Ari. So, Ari, I guess it was not that bad that you had her in your kitchen.
Call me a hater or whatever you want, but Ari's new haircut, I just don't think it matches her. Like, when you have a round face and a big head, them pixie cuts, them finger waves, it don't look good. And I'm speaking from experience because I got a big round head. And when I had chopped all my hair off, shaved it in the back, I was like, when I look back at my old pictures, I was like, heck no. Now, if you're doing it because, you know, you got a lot of damage and you trying to start over, I get it. But, baby, don't let that be your signature. You can always throw a wig on, we get it, but... And I get it, some women want to be in their feminine energy and my hair doesn't define me. But you also have to go by, like, your features and what fits you. It's just a no for me. Like, I don't like it. And then, like, even when I had cut my hair, when I went and got it cut, it was cute for a day or two, and then I was just over it. Because then you want your length back. Everybody who cuts their hair always wants it back. So, yeah, let me know what y'all think.
Thank God Nicki Minaj and her family are safe, you guys, because this sounds like it could have been a very dangerous situation. Allegedly, this 36-year-old man, Leland Adams, had just been released 5 days prior from a California jail. Thank God Nicki Minaj had security at her property, even though she was not there, because it's being reported that the security instructed him to get off of the property, and he refused. They had to call LAPD to detain this man to get him to leave Nicki's property. And again, this man had just been released from a California prison or jail, allegedly, 5 days before, and was released on a same-day release date. It sounds like this man was very determined to get into Nicki's house, and again, thank God that the security was there, and more importantly, Nicki and her family was not there. But what I do not appreciate is outside of NBC, TMZ and XXL Magazine have included whatever issue Nicki had with her house, even after what happened to Rihanna, and the fact that Nicki has been swatted repeatedly. For TMZ and XXL to even mention something as ridiculous as the payment for her house, this is the type of subliminal messaging that you don't feel bad for her. Like, yeah, someone tried to break into her house, but let's not forget that this. When we're talking about after what happened with Rihanna and everything, where did the two even associate to mention that when we're talking about her life and her family's safety? Do better, TMZ. Losers, man.
Man has now been arrested for trespassing on Nicki Minaj's home property, and something about this situation is very sinister. As many of you guys may know, Nicki Minaj has been put in danger at her home on multiple different occasions with all sorts of swatting calls where weapons were drawn at her and her child. What's not making sense about this situation in specific is a man trespassing near Nicki Minaj's home in specific when she lives in a gated community. Like I had said before in the videos where Nicki Minaj was getting swatted on a consistent basis, they are trying to get her up out of here, if you know what I mean. And this is genuinely scary. Now, luckily, Nicki Minaj was not home when this man trespassed, and he has been arrested, so we'll end up seeing who he is and why he did it. But I'm really gonna need all of y'all to begin to connect the dots. Rihanna's home has been pew-pewed up. Nicki Minaj's dressing room, that's also in Beverly Hills, was also pew-pewed up. Her house was swatted on multiple occasions with weapons drawn at her child. And y'all really don't think somebody's trying to get this woman up out of here? First Rihanna, and now someone's threatening Nicki's home? I genuinely want to know, at what point does it end? Let this woman raise her child in peace. Like, this is sad. I don't care what anybody says, something is genuinely going on. Something